Terry Parker. This time we're chatting with Don Coleman. Don, of course, is a very popular local artist as well as songwriter. You might recognize the name being associated with the band Loaded Dice, as well as some special projects that Don has been involved with over the years. I'm thinking the Moncton Head Start song that you wrote that just last year was picked up by an American organization and used as their theme song and things of that nature. You've also done tribute songs for Jeff Healey and Bon Scott and those types of things. Welcome, Don.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here, Terry.
You have so much going on that we really don't know where to start. This is an artist who has done so much. You're originally from Ontario, I believe, right?
That's correct. Yes, I grew up in Toronto and I moved to New Brunswick a little over 10 years ago.
Right, and maybe we can start there. Like, what attracted you to the province as far as developing your music is concerned?
Well, I actually came here on a 2-week vacation to visit an old friend and fell in love with the scenery, fell in love with the fresh air, fell in love with the people, and fell in love with the music scene, and pondered all that on my way home and realized that this would be a great place to live and live a nice, healthy lifestyle around a really friendly group of people and talented group of people, and in a really nice, smaller city than I was used to. And seems to have been a really great decision, too, because I found that I've created a niche in the region, whereas in a larger city, you know, maybe I might have been a little more lost in the shuffle. So just by staying really busy and doing some creative projects, I've found a really great niche in the New Brunswick region.
You've mentioned projects. There have been different kinds of projects. We know that you're a songwriter, and in the band Loaded Dice, and of course the AC/DC tributes that you're involved with. I think most people will recognize you that way, but you do a lot of different things with regards to the music side and the music business too.
Yes, I do. I just feel that why only do one thing if, you know, you can be creative and find other realms and other projects and things to get involved in that'll expand your horizons and make you more diverse.
Okay.
So I've really enjoyed working with different charitable organizations since I've moved to New Brunswick.
We could name a couple. Friends of the Moncton Hospital is a fairly recent one. The Moncton Head Start Association.
Yes.
And I'm hearing there might be another project in the works.
Yeah, there actually is a really great compilation CD coming out. I can't talk too much about it at this point, but in the very near future there's going to be a compilation CD of New Brunswick musical artists, and all of the funds from the compilation CD will be going to a charitable organization as well. And I'm very happy to say that the musicians that have been selected for that CD are some of the greatest musicians to come out of New Brunswick ever, and it's going to be an awesome CD release.
Sounds exciting.
Yes.
Many people know you as for your history within New Brunswick, but you do have a history before you got here, as you alluded to, and you still have roots in Ontario, and I understand parts of Europe as well.
Well, one project I'm working on by going back to where I grew up is I'm going to be doing an AC/DC tribute concert to raise funds for the Sick Kids Foundation, which is part of the Toronto Sick Children's Hospital. So there's that. And my musical roots in Ontario before I got here were not so much for live performance, but more for like original songwriting and recording, which is something that I've always really enjoyed and that I continue to work on. And I feel that I'm getting to a point where I'm becoming a reasonably good songwriter, but I'm going to continue to strive to improve and fine-tune the craft and hopefully create some memorable songs over the years.
And speaking of that, there's one project in particular that's rather current. Actually, it's getting a lot of attention online. It's gone viral. The video has, anyway. It's kind of a tribute to, we talked about the tribute artists, but here's another one to the great Hank Williams. Not just one, though, all three of them. Can you tell us a little bit about that project and where that came from?
Yeah, basically, I've paid tribute to various different artists in different genres, and in the country genre I did do a song called Willie and Waylon that was in tribute to Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, the Highwaymen. And that parlayed into me wanting to do one more country tribute song that's a little bit in the country genre, And I thought there was no greater family tradition than the Hank Williams family tradition, senior, junior, and Hank 3. So I sat down and threw that around and created the song called Three Hanks. And I was actually blessed to have Rocky Warren, a video producer in Moncton, work on the production and the creative side of the Three Hanks video. Without his help, it wouldn't have become what it is, which is a really creative video concept that incorporates what looks like all three Hanks actually performing in the video. And I did a little bit of a promotion with that video on YouTube and sent it out to a few places, and it's garnered 1,000 views in 1 week, and I'm noticing that now it's just taking on a little bit of a life of its own, which is always exciting.
Yeah, I imagine it can be.
Yeah.
And now, is this part of a larger project? We're talking like one song. Is this kind of an album maybe that's evolving here, a future album?
Yes, I'm actually working on an album right now. It's not the type of album that I would highly recommend that most artists would do, because I find that if you're an artist, you should create an identity and a genre and create a cohesive album around that identity and that genre. But what I'm really doing is putting an album together that showcases my songwriting skills in multiple genres. So the album is going to be all over the map, but it's something that I wanted to do to represent all the different songwriting styles that I enjoy being a part of. When thus far there's screaming hard rock, there's bluegrass, there's blues, there's country, and I'm working on a few more tunes. It might even include a hip-hop song.
Really?
Yes.
Well, now that would be something unique and special for sure. And speaking of special, we can't let the interview come to a close without talking about another song that's garnered you a fair bit of international attention, I would say, from a couple getting married this spring, as a matter of fact. The royal couple, the royal wedding of Kate and William is happening, and I believe, if I understand correctly from what I've read and what I've seen, this has also inspired a song idea for you.
Well, basically, I wrote the song called Cloud 9, and initially I wrote it about unconditional love. And then through the dedication of my promoter, Michael Bridges in Toronto, it parlayed into being a dedication to Prince William and Catherine Middleton in honor of their royal wedding, and really it perfectly suits something along those lines. So I think it's a perfect song for the royal wedding because it's very positive lyrically. It's about love and unconditional love, and what would be more suitable for a royal wedding than unconditional love and positivity?
Right. And have you heard from the lucky couple as far as any response from this song? I presume you've sent a copy over, or somebody must have by now.
Yeah, actually my promoter did send a copy to Buckingham Palace, and it's really uplifting, and I'm pleased to be able to tell you that we did receive a response from the royal couple, and they were very thankful and showed their gratitude and thanks for the fact that we sent the song Cloud 9 over to them in honor of their union.
Wow. And how does that feel?
Amazing.
Well, it's refreshing to have someone in the community here who has such diversity in music as you do, and playing such a large part in the not only on the creative side of things, but also certainly on the business side of things. You seem to have the best interests of everyone you work with at heart, and it's just nice and refreshing to see someone who's in your position doing what you can and doing what you feel you need to do, not only for musicians, but for the community as a whole. So for your participation in that respect, on behalf of the community, certainly want to say thank you.
Really appreciate that, and I can only say that, I'm only here, we're all only here for a certain amount of time, and I just feel that being relentless at what we enjoy doing and trying to help others and being dedicated and having good karma is a really great way to be. And it seems like the more good energy that you put out into the universe, the more good energy that comes back. So
keep letting that good energy flow.
I will.
Thanks a lot for this.
Oh, thank you very much.